recently, man, we've been losing some powerful and good people, man, in the culture, in our community. To start, man, the late great Nipsey Hussle. We lost him. And just to speak, real quick on that situation. I feel like it's a lot going on to where you have people who don't think necessarily, and then some people. Let's just be real. Some people are just lost, man. Like, regardless of how much you tell them or how much they know, they're just lost. So, we lost Nipsey Hussle not too long ago, man.
Rest in peace, Nipsey, man.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. He had a family, so he was taken from his family, and from the way things were communicated through, the different sources of the media and everything. It was a young brother, I guess he was talking to, and he was telling him, hey, man, one of the stories or rumors has it, hey, you don't need to be around here. It ain't safe for you to be around here. You've been doing, whatever, talking to or snitching, whatever the case may be, right? Yeah. So you say, hey, man, just go ahead. Just stay from around here for a little while. So dude leaves, he comes back, supposedly, and then he takes his life. Yeah. So that dummy concept, right? Yeah. So if I come to you and I say, hey, 7-8, what's good, man? I want to work with you. I want to do some music with you, XYZ. But it's been talks like, hey, yeah, we gonna knock this dude head off. He been talking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He been snitching or whatever the case may be. Yeah. You, out of respect, might just say, hey, man, it ain't safe for you to be around here. I can't talk to you right now because this going on. Just chill for a minute, lay low till stuff get better, then we can talk, right? So a dummy, of course, wouldn't know how to take that. But on the other hand, if you was a low down, dirty dude and you like, oh yeah, all right, that's a bet. Hey, such and such, remember you told me you wanted to knock my man? Hey, he right here right now. Yeah. I'm gonna talk to him for a little bit, come through, do what you do. Yeah. When you pull up, I'm gonna leave like I ain't see nothing. So we had a dummy. You know what I mean? That was told something. And the way the story came off, it sounds reasonable. It sounds like it was true. I believe that story that I heard. Yeah. Because it seemed reasonable. And Nipsey seemed like one of those type of guys who would look out for his people and say, hey man, watch your back. Just chill out for a minute. Do what he does. Bam, we lost a great figure in the community. You know what I mean? To me, Nipsey was close to a Tupac. Because he talked about what's going on in the politician world. He gave out encouragement. You know what I'm saying? He told people like, look, man, let's own some businesses. Hey. Let's build our own communities up. We can do that. You know what I'm saying? He was all about empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Bringing our people up. He was taken from us. I believe, and I don't want to go too far into it, but I believe there's something else behind it. Yeah. I don't think it was just... it just happened. I believe it's a reason why that happened the way it did. I really do. Also, man, we recently lost Kobe Bryant. Yeah. One of the greatest Lakers, if not the greatest Laker of all time. We lost him and his baby girl, Gigi.
Definitely rest in peace to Kobe, baby girl. Rest in pease to everybody that lost their life, man.
Yes, man, and the other people that was on the flight as well.
Very unfortunate, man.
Yes, man, and I definitely wanted to shed some light on them in this interview as well, because I feel like it's just like a lot of things going on. And right before Kobe had the situation, I kept seeing videos about him, right? I kept seeing highlight videos. You know how like you might be on Facebook or something, they might show like over the last decade, Kobe top plays and things. I kept seeing that. Like for the past, I would say for like maybe 4 or 5 days straight, I kept seeing Kobe highlights. Then LeBron passes him in the scoring. Big shouts out to LeBron.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? LeBron, a great athlete, man. One of the greatest athletes, man. Powerful dude, man. He doing something good in the communities too. You know what I'm saying? I respect him a lot for that, man. And so he passed Kobe in scoring. And if I'm not mistaken, that next day...
Less than 24 hours.
Yeah, and that happens, right? So I was actually doing a video shoot at the time that I heard it. One of the kids I was shooting the video for, his mother held a phone out and said, hey, Short-tay, look at this. So I'm looking, right? I turned my camera down because we just finished shooting a shot. So I look and I ain't really catch it. So I'm looking like, what you talking about? Yeah. And then I see Kobe Bryant die. I'm like, that's fake. I'm like, nah, ain't no way, right? Yeah. Not Kobe, you know what I'm saying? So then we take a break. I look again, then I type in some stuff on my phone. Bam, there you go. Then it was like, his kids were with him. Yeah. And then I'm like, God, please no. You know what I mean? So then it comes back, Gigi was with him. So my thing is this, right? Looking at Kobe, he was powerful, man. He was powerful, man. He was a great athlete. He was a great father. You know, he was good for the community. He was powerful within the culture, man. Yeah. He did a lot, man, in the sports world, man. And what he was doing with his daughter was great. Like, I've seen clips of her shooting and doing a fadeaway, and I'm like, yeah, like when you retire and then you're happy like that, and now you're passing on that knowledge and you building your daughter or your kids up, it's like that's a good thing to see. That's motivation, man. And
he was blessed, man. He was blessed.
Yes, indeed. And it definitely caught me, man. It struck me in a way because, and I don't know why, but when Pac passed away, when Biggie passed away, Aaliyah, that was another one. Then Nipsey and Kobe, I felt like I knew these people. Like when they passed, it hurt me. Yeah. It really hurt me, man. I believe that, especially with Kobe, he flew by helicopter a lot from what I've been hearing, due to like the traffic and things like that, and he can get the way he's going. But it's just weird that he would do that all the time, and all of a sudden, they decide, I guess, from what they say.
You seem like you seem like you a conspiracy theorist.
I'm trying not to go too deep into it, but what I want to say is this. So what I want to say is this, right? I believe every things happen. We can go at any day. Yeah. But to me, what I fail to understand is, I guess you're not supposed to fly a helicopter in foggy conditions or something. I'm not sure, but from what I've been hearing, especially after that, like, hey, they were flying in foggy conditions or whatever, and something went wrong. Okay, that's fine. I understand. But it just seems like out of all of this time, like that he's been flying on a helicopter or whatever, they say that wasn't his helicopter that the accident happened on. But my thing is, out of all this time, now they want to fly in the fog and this happens. Yeah. So I just feel like something is real weird with it, man. And my point is this, we're losing people, man, in our culture. Yeah. We're losing them.
I mean, I feel like, man, we in an age to where we getting more educated, man. Yeah. We getting more educated on the way, the business side, how to get ourselves, the culture itself, involved in getting money. Right. You know what I mean? And I feel like, even with the Nipsey Hussle, how you saying he bought back his block. He was teaching other people, hey man, let's do that. I feel like it's a lot of our people that's trying to teach, teach each other, trying to teach the mass of the people. And when you do that, it's a problem, man. Because it's a system in place, man. Yeah. And if you buck in the system, man, because you gotta look at it like this, man. Let's look at it like this for a second. Let's say in the NBA, NBA, let's say it's 32 teams in the NBA. Okay. So let's just say out of 32 teams, let's say 5 players on each team donate $2 million to do something within they city. I mean, not just build a rec center, you know what I mean, for kids play basketball. I mean, do something like on the lines of LeBron. Right. Build a school or something like that. Like, me and you, I mean, we're not the first ones to think of this. Yeah. So for as long as this thing been going on, how come nobody never, how come these guys are not putting that money and saying, hey, man, I got $1 million, you got $1 million. Just 5 off of one team. Put up $5 million and say, hey, we're going to, instead of a basketball, a rec center or a playground, let's build a learning center. Yeah. Or let's do this or let's do that. Like, is it something where these guys know that they not to do that? I mean, you talking about all different kind of pro athletes, football, basketball, baseball, any, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, you know, when you saying like it's a bigger picture, man, I definitely, man, I sit back and look at it too, man. Like regardless of what's being said to you or what you may think, man, you got to open your eyes up, man, and look at it for what it could be. You know what I'm saying?
So, and just for an example, like I say, you know, it really bothers me that, you know, we're losing our people.
Yeah.
And then just in general, man, you know, you turn around, man.
Well, you know,
things are happening.
Well, you know too, man. Death is a common denominator, man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? So
it definitely, man.
Definitely, when you're talking about a guy of Nipsey Hussle statue, or even Kobe Bryant statue, like you would never imagine Nipsey Hussle getting killed in front of his own building like that, and let alone Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter accident.
Yeah, man.
Like a man of that statue.
Yeah, and
you don't go out like that.
Yeah, and
so that's what makes it for me. That's what make it uneasy for me. Like Kobe died in a. You mean this ain't the '60s, man?
Yeah, and see exactly.
This 2020, man. Like this type of stuff don't happen in today's society, especially of a man of that statue, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And then I look at it like this too, man. Like you know, we lost Nipsey Hussle, we lost Kobe. Well respected in our communities, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, I will say this, you know, at any time we can go. I understand that, you know what I mean?
We gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah,
man,
we definitely gotta keep that in mind. You know,
we
can't take life for granted.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say, you know, we have just in general, man, and I ain't even talking about, you know, race per se. But just in general, man, like we have to be willing to help each other before we hurt each other. Because I look at it like this. Yeah. When my son come up, and this is what I always say, and it's a big goal of mine. You know, if I don't accomplish nothing else, I want to raise my son to be better than me.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know I
think that's everybody's dream.
You know what I mean?
Gotta be.
Because you gotta think, right? You gotta think. I ain't thinking about no money. I ain't thinking about nothing. I ain't thinking about nothing materialistic. But what I want is, when my son comes up, whatever direction he chooses to take, you know, ultimately he's gonna make that decision. Yeah. But what I want to see, and what's gonna make me feel like I accomplished something, is my son, whether he decides to have a family, get married, have a lot of kids, or if he go on to be an athlete, he become a famous, whatever the case may be, he does right. And he, you know, he has morals and values.
But one thing, man, what you can do is, when you come into a situation, instead of asking what's going on, ask how can I help?
Yeah. In
any situation.
Indeed.
You might walk up on something. Let's just say you go to you walk up on a cookout. You know what I'm saying? Anything.
Yeah.
It ain't like, hey, what's up? Hey, how can I help?
Right.
Can I help? That's something that we should get more familiar and say more.
Indeed,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? In any situation, man.
Agreed.
You with your kid, let's say your kid in sports or whatever. Instead of you just sitting there on the fence all every day complaining about what's wrong, take a step forward and say, hey, how can I help?
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like this and that. Is any way I can help this situation?
Right, man.
You know what I mean? So
some good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. I just wish, man, like as a whole, man, we only as strong as the weakest.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? We only as a whole, we only as strong as the weakest that's with us. It's just like a chain, man. You got all of these strong links, but once that weakest link, once that don't break, we broke.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta look at it like that. We gotta be able to look at it like that, and it's on the lines of one of those things where it's like each one teach one, and pull each other up. But in today's society, man, they're making it hard to do that, man. They're making it hard.
Definitely, man.